just a simple double bicep tie. All right. So I'm here. Both my hands are on the inside of Clay's biceps, and I'm kind of hitting him with a hook hand. I'm kind of back of his arm here and here. Now, head position wise, we're either forehead to forehead, or I'm unicorn stabbing his temple with my head. Here. All right. We are not ear to ear. This is not politically correct, but it's how I learned it 20 fucking years ago. So sorry, it's still there. If you're ear to ear, you're queer. Now, love who you want to love, don't care. That's the saying who it was 20 years ago and stuck. Alright? Here, and in. Alright? Now, all we're going to work on doing is turning and snapping him, not all the way down, but getting him to move. So I'm here. Whatever foot is forward, I'm going to step back, turn, and pull him. Moving around, step back, pull. Step back, pull. And that's going to be the start of our shot that we're going to work on today. We're going to work two different takedowns today. A double leg and a single leg. Questions on just this first motion portion? So we got to get this part right first. You're going to fuck it all up. One more time. One more time. Anything else from a technical perspective? Yeah, you're pulling at that force. Remember, guys, very rarely in a sport am I going to tell you to pull someone directly into you or directly at a 90. At 90% of the time, it's going to be at a 45. So I'm dragging him. See, we're in a nice big square, which makes my 45. So I'm pulling him towards the corners. So when I step back this way, I'm pulling him towards that corner. Moving around, I turn this way, pull him this way. If you're struggling with the head position, just go forehead to forehead, make weird eye contact, it'll make your life easier. But as you get more comfortable, start working on having head positioning. The one thing you'll realize in wrestling very quickly, head positioning can change your life very quickly. Questions on that? 1, 2, 3. This is double collar tie to set up our double leg. Biggest thing when we're here, boom, I'm here, I get my head position. Now, I like to shoot to my right hand or my left hand side. So I like my head on the left side here. So when I'm here, my right foot's forward, I'm going to step, turn, and snap him down just that little bit. See how that plants this foot nice and heavy for me? Love it. That's what I want. Because when I'm here with Clay, if he's real light on his feet here, he's real balanced, he can still be pretty athletic. But the second I get him to plant that foot, if I can anticipate that just a little bit, it'll allow you to hit a really effective shot. So I'm here, I turn, bop. As I see that coming, little step forward, drive my knee down. Look at that. Back foot comes up. Now, for today's takedown, all we're doing, snaking my hands around his knees, looking across his back, stepping up and driving him across. First couple, don't take them all the way to the ground, just for space and time purposes. But after you get 2 or 3 in, hit that third one, finish it, okay? So you're going to do 3 and 3. 2 where you just turn and step, third one where you finish. We have 20 some odd people on the mat tonight. Be aware of your surroundings, okay? So I'm here, I turn, step. As I'm here, I'm not throwing his hands way up or anything crazy like that. All I'm doing is getting them out of my way. Here, and driving up and into it. My back foot comes up. I then step up and I'm driving across at that 45. And we're back in, again, and then finish. Questions on this double leg? Nothing on me. All right, one more time. On here, I got my head position. I turn in. Step in and up. As I'm here, I drive up. And if we're finishing, all you're doing, you keep driving him across. See how that forces Clay to hop? So as I'm driving across, he's hopping. You just lift that leg and then he can't hop. Drive him down, fall to the ground, take side control, guard, whatever you can get to that point. Questions on this? Drill her out. 1, 2. Over one other finishing variation of the double that I move for a little bit. So I'm here with Clay. Same thing, I'm in my double collar tie, move him around a little bit. And guys, when I'm moving him, it's not turn, then snap. It's snap and turn. I'm moving him while I'm snapping. And it's not just arms. I'm changing levels with that at the hips. So when I'm here with Clay, I'm moving him. Now, once I get here and I step into this double leg, I am lazy. When it comes to takedowns, I do not like to put a lot of effort, lift. I'm not that guy, right? You're not that guy. So as I step up here, instead of just stepping up, all I'm going to do is step around. It's called a lazy double. It's beautiful, especially if you guys are in MMA. It's nice because you land in a nice secure position, so then you can work up from there. So I'm here, moving him around, I step up, and I'm here. I'm still looking across, all those same things. All I'm doing, hooking that back leg, here. Now I'm here in half guard, I can do uncivilized things for working half. Yes, because you're driving over it. So when I'm here, what Ramsey asked is, do I keep my knee down? Yes. Because all we're doing, instead of stepping up to drive and finish here, all we're doing instead, I'm still attacking the legs, I'm just poking. Now I'm in half guard, nice and effective, 2 points for jiu-jitsu tournaments, or and then now we're in a dominant position. Question. So I don't mind a gable grip behind the butt, especially as you're learning to come up and drive. The only problem is when I teach it that way, here's what's ended up happening. I get here, and we end up with body locks, not double legs. So if you prefer to lock your hands, I don't mind that, but your hands got to be right under the glove, right where the cheek connects into the thigh. Gable, elbows in. Not generally. That's an easier grip to break. We're going to use that grip on different things, but from here, his hips are going to be able to explode back. So when I'm here, we're moving around, I'm doing stuff right. I shoot in, I'm here. Whether it's gable grip under the butt, hands on the knees. My back leg, instead of stepping up to turn and drive, I'm just going to hook behind, drive in. Questions on that? Lazy double. Fill her out. 1, 2, 3. Using grasp on those two variations of the double. Like I said, not the world's most complex thing, but getting the initial breakdown of those first couple moves is hard.
I have one question.
Yes.
So sometimes, me, I want to keep wrapped around that. Like when I come in and I wrap around, I tend to hang on to it. So
Yeah. It's not a bad position. So if I'm here with Clay, Brand feels out.
You got caught.
So I'm here, right?
Yeah.
And let's say I wrap here and I stay.
That's I'm so timid to do that. I want to.
Now, from a practical sense, will eventually you have to unhook, yes. But I'm going to hook with the in-between leg. I'm not going to completely unhook because I'm going to come to half here. I'm hitting this to land in half. Here's why. Half guard in MMA is my favorite position to ground and pound, for those of you who do uncivilized training. Mount's great, the back's great, all that's fun. But there's just a certain amount of, I can sit here on your knee. There's nothing you can do to stop me from making the absolute donkey kong shit out of you. And that's exactly what it's going to look like. Donkey Kong hammer fist from just all sorts of hell. That's why I like this takedown. Sets it up perfectly. People panic when you hit that, then you can move. That's why I like this takedown a lot, especially in MMA. And for those of you guys who just do jiu-jitsu, realize half guard's much easier to pass from than full guard. And you get more points this way. Or if you just land in side control off the takedown, you don't get past full guard. And most tournaments will not give you positional side pulls. That's why I like landing in half, because then I'm really good at passing in half guard. I'll get takedown 2, pass 3, It's a 5-point swing 10 seconds into the match. Any other questions on that? All right, so now we're going to work on our single leg here. So I'm here, we're in our stance, all those same things are here. Now, generally, when I hit my single leg, I'm trying to attack this back leg. I will sometimes step for this front leg, but I'm generally coming here because I want that hard step. And I'm anticipating that step just a little bit. So when I'm here, I turn, step. So I'm hitting that quarter turn and then re-stepping back into it because I want to step right behind his ankle here. So I'm here, I turn, step. As soon as that comes in, I'm going to step, knee down, my head and chest up. Head and chest up is very important here, because if not, you're going to get your shit choked for fun. So I'm here. I got my hands locked in a gable grip, just above the knee. Okay? Now once we're here, I'm going to push into him with this leg here, bouncing him up, and then I like to bring this ankle here, holding to the appropriate height. It's a struggle for Glenn. I like Glenn. So I quarter turn, step behind, right? I come up, and I like to pull this leg out and into my armpit here. All right? So once we're here, you can walk people around, but good wrestlers and people who have practiced wrestling long enough can actually balance. So while we're here, all we're going to do is I'm going to cup the back of his head. This is tight in my armpit. Cup the back of his head, turn, trip. All right. So we're here, we're moving around. I turn, get him to step, come in. I'm up, bring this into my armpit. This is tight. Once you get here, grabbing the back of his neck, kicking the leg, sitting him down. The reason I like this is, for those of you who are dirty foot lockers, realize you can sit straight to a straight ankle lock. If you're not a dirty foot locker, leg drag, side control, there's a lot of great passing. Questions on that?
When you're quarter turning, are you turning him or are you turning around?
I am turning him. So when I'm here, I have head position in, right? I'm turning him. So that I can then step over. Turn, step. Once we're here, head up, chest up, driving in, taking that ankle up. Once you're comfortable here, trip. Yeah, I'm always pulling it across. Now there are going to be options when it comes across your body this way. That's not today's problem. Okay. That will be something we address eventually, but not. So, what he's asking is if they go to shin shield here. Here.
Get out.
I'm gonna step behind to rip it out. Then you kick. Questions on this? Yes, Karen?
So when you end this, you don't have to technically follow them down all the way, but how far does you follow them?
To score or for practice? To score, you have to land on the ground. So if I'm here for practical purposes, right? I push him down and I stay here. 90% of tournaments you don't get jack shit, which I completely disagree with. I can argue that to the end of my world, but guess what? I don't make the rules, so I have to play by them. I have to follow him down for takedown. Now, for me, I don't care so much about scoring the takedown because it won't matter because I'm going to end up inside anyway, so I'm going to take the pass points. But if from a practical sense I have the single leg here, now I can come here, 1, 2, 3, stand back up. Now you have to stay engaged, you can't disengage there. But if you want to stand back up and stay engaged, you can. But you have to get like the 3. Other questions? One more time. On the
the sweep or the throw, I guess, can you reach across?
You can. I prefer to scoop the back of his neck. Couple reasons. I can't. Now, in MMA, I teach what's called a tomahawk takedown, which is where I hit you. I cannot control that. So if I hit that full speed, whether it's jiu-jitsu or MMA, that's a punch. So I, in jiu-jitsu, will trip. Can you come across that way? Yes. Do I prefer it? No. Not wrong, different. Try both. If you like that one better, great. I just prefer scooping the head because I feel like I have more control about where he lands. Other questions? Drill her out. 1, 2. So I'm here. Right? I step behind. All the same stuff happens. I get here, right? But let's say for whatever reason I don't like tripping him. All we're going to do, put my hand on the outside of his knee. And we're going to, with our friends, very slowly step behind him and turn his knee. And follow him down. Now, with our not friends, because sometimes in life you need new enemies, when we're here, this comes a little bit more aggressively, and it's a little bit more, not of the Judy chop, but it's a little bit more effort behind it. And I'm turning him down here, driving into him. If you post like that, you can just force him. But most of the time, you're just going to follow him down and take the back from there. So I'm here, rolling his knee down, driving that to the mat, working to take the back. Same setup, same single leg, just a slightly different finish. Questions on that?
Is it worth trying to attack the feet right there?
The far side leg there? Not generally, because all I'm looking to do here, so when I get this attack here, all I'm trying to do is force him down. Now, can I try to scoop and trip that leg up a little bit? Yeah, but for the most part, if you start forward pressuring him, he has two options. He a wheelbarrow and scrape the mat to the ground, or forward roll. He'll choose one of those two options depending on his game. Most people will try to turtle because they'll realize shit's gone sideways. They'll turtle up and try to figure it out. Ballsy and dumb people will try to forward roll there, and all you do is hold their ankle and then they're upside down. And you just smoosh it. One more time.
Start hopping around, like to try to not get turned. Should you just hop like well without the turn?
So, Colby, pretty athletic in this motion. He can hop as much as he wants, right? I can walk him around. We've done this drill before, where I walk him around this mat. I don't care what he does. I will get this on you. This is one I like for hippity-hoppity people who are pretty athletic here. Because if you get me in this situation, unless you're really manipulating my knees, I've done this in the range of hours. I can bounce like this. Hand fight. There's entire days of practice, 2 hours long, where I've had to hand fight in that exact position. Stand there and do it for 3 days. Done. So with someone who's more skilled in wrestling, I'm sure I could. How long? Yeah, I mean, we did 6-minute matches of them, where your entire drill was here. His entire goal was to just trip me, just to move me around, do that. All I had to do as me was stay on my feet. So I can do a lot from here. And even that will work on me. You get it. That's why I like this statement. Other questions on this? Like I said, the big thing is forearm, right in the side of that knee, stepping behind, turning, almost like you're starting lower, you're pulling that ankle up. Questions? Slowly, the first couple times with your partner, because if not, it may fight this. Your knee gets tweaked up a little bit. So take it slow the first couple times. Once you get a feel for it, then you can add a little bit more speed. 1, 2.